Today we're going to actually jump back into Genesis. As you know, we've been going through Job, but we're going to go back to Genesis because we've been studying chronologically. And so we're going to go back and hit into Genesis 12, where we start seeing Abram or Abraham later. And today's going to be kind of short and sweet. I just want to introduce the character of Abraham. Genesis 12 verses 1. There's a couple things that we immediately know about Abraham. Now the Lord said to Abram, "Go from your country and your kindred and your father's house to the land that I will show you. And I will make of you a great nation, and I will bless you and make your name great, so that you will be a blessing. And I will bless those who bless you, and him who dishonors you I will curse. And in you all the families of the earth shall be blessed." So Abraham went, as the Lord had told him. I think one of the things we can really take from the character of Abraham is that this was a man who was very obedient. God did not say, pack up your things and go left and then take a right at the end of the road. He did not even say, go to the city of this. He just said, pack your bags and start walking. I'll tell you where to go at some point. And Abraham got up and went. He was a man of obedience. I think we can see in verses 7, it says, "To your offspring I will give this land." So Abraham built an altar there to the Lord who had appeared to him. From there he moved to the hill country on down, and there he built an altar of the Lord and called upon the name of the Lord. We see multiple times through the book of Genesis and the story of Abraham, he was all about building him some altars. What that tells me is that he was a man of worship. So we know he was a man of obedience. He was a man of worship. He was a man that gave God the due credit, the due glory. And then I think that we know, before we really get into even the covenant of Abraham, that Abraham was a man of faith. And we can certainly know that by Hebrews. Hebrews chapter 11 verse 8 says, "By faith Abraham obeyed when he was called to go out to a place that he was to receive as an inheritance. And he went out not even knowing where he was going. By faith, he went to live in the land of promise, as in a foreign land, living in tents with Isaac and Jacob, heirs with him of the same promise." This is a man who literally, he picked up his family and he just went because God said go. He did not ask questions. We know that obviously Abraham was not perfect. He's going to deal with a lot of things in his lifetime. But we do know that, I think we can take from it that he was an obedient man. He was a man of faith, and he was a man of worship. And so today I just want you to kind of look through the beginning stories of Abraham, maybe chapters Genesis 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. We're going to get into a little bit of some stuff later, but 17, 18. I mean, these are great chapters to just kind of learn about the story of Abraham, be introduced to his character, and see those characteristics play out in his life. And today, just as you're reading that, maybe pray and ask God, what are your characteristics? Are you a person of obedience? Are you a person of faith? Are you a person of worship? If God says get up and go, do you question, or do you get up and go, not even knowing which direction to turn yet? Pray and ask him to reveal those things to you today, and pray for those characteristics. And be sure to subscribe to the blog and to follow on the YouTube account.